everyone! I have no idea if this little makeshift video holder is going to work or not, but I am working on editing some videos from our van build and realized that we completely dropped off the map about 9 months ago in the middle of us building out the van. So if I just randomly post a van build video, it's probably going to be like, it's not going to really make much sense in context. So yeah, just wanted to intro it so that you can kind of get up to speed. I filmed and vlogged so much of our build process that I really wanted to still share it, but right now it kind of seems irrelevant since we're pretty much done with the van and we've been done for about 4 months now. But yeah, so I figured I would still share it, put it together. I'm probably not going to edit it like super crazy and make it look beautiful because, to be honest with you, it was freaking stressful and I feel like I look like a hot mess the whole time, and I was constantly on edge and it almost broke me. Luckily, we got through it, and Matt and I gained a lot of patience and appreciation for each other through the process. But it was still a lot of fun in the times that things were working, and a lot of growing for both of us for things that we had never done before, and we had no idea where to start or how to even research some of these things. So today's video will be about vents and fans. So we actually cut holes in the top of our van and like installed the vent and the fan. And yeah, I'll see what we have, and if something doesn't make sense or you are curious about what we did, just comment below. It's been probably 6 months since we did this, but everything is working really well. So like, coming from boat life and having a lot of leaky boat issues in Matt's boat, I actually had I did have leaks in my boat. And then installing our own vents, it was super scary because we just thought for sure that it was going to end up leaking. Like, it was hit or miss, like if we were going to install them well enough to where they would be sealed properly. Obviously you try to do it right, but sometimes, you know, things just don't work. But yeah, it's been great and there's been no leaks, and we were living in Florida during rainy season and it was fine, and it's actually raining right now. We're actually in South Carolina now, but that's a lot to catch up on. So yeah, without further ado, here is us installing our vents and fans. Enjoy. Good morning. It's actually afternoon, but it should be the morning. We've just been really slow. Today is a really exciting day. Thank you, Matt. We really need to get some sunshades. Today's a really exciting day because we're getting our first package delivered, and I'm going to show you guys what we got. We just picked up a package and all the writing is in German. Do you want to guess what it is? Okay, go ahead and open it. So that little thing, that big thing actually, is our Dometic mini Hecky vent. I guess that's what it's called, a vent. Yeah, so check it out. So as you can see, it's got a topper on that you can see out of, like a sunroof, which is why I really wanted it, so that we could look through at night. So it's a little dome. Oh good, it opens. Wait, that's not the right way. It opens a different way. I haven't done it yet. But I really wanted this. Matt was not so convinced, but we got it anyways. And it's so that I can stare at the stars at night from our bed. So it's gonna go up here. Up there. Somewhere up there. We'll see. So Matt was wondering if we would be able to see out. I think that we can. So they don't actually make these in America, or I don't know where they make them, but they don't technically sell them in America from what I have found. So I actually had to order it from Germany. So it took about 2 weeks-ish to get here, but it was totally worth it. We actually saw them on our favorite van lifers channels from Australia, which I guess 𝓛𝓲𝓼𝓪 must sell a lot of stuff in Australia, and I had to have one, so I found it, and I'm so happy. I will put the link of the one that we ordered on Amazon below. It looked like they had pretty limited items, so I don't know how often they refill them, but it's really nice. What are you doing?
I'm just playing with toys.
Matt was so against this whenever I told him about it because it was not very cheap. And whenever I told him it had to come from Germany, but yeah. So it has like a sunshade and also a mosquito netting, which will be really nice at night so we can open it all the way. Good afternoon, everyone. Matt's laughing at me right now because I'm like overly excited about this and he's freaking out. What's today, Matt?
Today is the cut the holes in the roof day.
It's such a big deal.
It is a big hole. Yes.
Big hole.
Holes.
A big hole deal. So, I don't know. Yeah, today we think we're ready to cut the holes in the ceiling of the van for our Max Air fan and our, what the heck is it called? That thing.
That thing.
That you might not have seen before, unless you're like in Australia or Germany apparently, because that's where it came from. Yeah, we're gonna make some airflow finally, and I'm so excited because it's really uncomfortable working in here with no airflow, especially if it's raining. Here we go.
Is it gonna rain today? No, it's not gonna rain.
That means it's your big day.
It's my big day.
How are you feeling?
I'm good. I'm confident. Like, it's just cutting holes, right? It's not a big deal. Just... I'm not saying anything because I'm watching your face.
Okay, the van is a mess. Like, we're in the middle of like 17 different projects. Whatever. Not really my style, but that's Matt's style, so we're working on it. We're gonna install this guy today. It's a Max Air fan. We'll try to explain as much as we can. And this sun roof thing, which is a 𝓛𝓲𝓼𝓪 mini hecky. I will obviously put the Amazon affiliate links in the description box below so you can check them out. So I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to be doing today other than doing a lot of vlogging because it's kind of a one-man job. It should really only take maybe an hour and a half per thing, I'm hoping. We have plenty of time. To give you an idea of what's about to happen, we have to cut holes in our Reflectix, obviously, to give us an idea of where we're going to put these. We were so nervous about doing this that we just kept going forward, and then we knew that we were going to have to eventually put them in, and that we would have a little bit of backtracking, but we had to build up our momentum in order to feel comfortable cutting giant holes in the vehicle. So yeah, we're gonna cut the holes out in here on the Reflectix and make sure we like know where we want them to go. We're gonna have the vent fan near the kitchen area and then the sunlight above the bed. We obviously have to be careful about lining it up with our solar panels, and there's like beams above the top on the ceiling. I don't know how to say that. That we probably don't want to like cut into the ribs, so we need to do it in between ribs. You can probably see it in previous videos because they're all covered up by now. Once we do that, we're gonna draw out the square, make sure it's all lined up and beautiful, and then once we do that, we're gonna cut pilot holes in the corners to get us started, and then we bought special jigsaw bits for cutting metal. I think they're, how many teeth per inch are they?
I have no idea.
I'm so excited, I'm talking so fast. I might have to put this on slow-mo. What are you doing?
You just catch me at a weird angle.
Oh, okay. Okay. We bought specialized jigsaw bits for these. I'll probably give more detail later. I think I'm over explaining this. Am I mansplaining? Is this what it feels like to mansplain? I think so. You're just like doing busy work at this point, aren't you?
No, I'm cleaning the surface so you don't make me sleep out here tonight.
Why would I make you sleep out here tonight?
Because you don't like textures.
Oh, this is true. And there's gonna be all this like metal stuff everywhere. Yeah, I haven't explained this on a video yet, so I guess I'll share now. But doing the big fan build has been tough for me because I have like a very like little thing about textures, and there's been sawdust everywhere every single day, so I'm constantly coming in here and like sweeping it up because I can't stand like textures. Like I don't even like textured bread. It's a weird thing. I don't know where that came from, whatever, but that is nice that Matt knows that I can't stand textures and that I'm not gonna want to be around it if it's like little metal particles all over the place. We're gonna actually put a trash bag up here to catch the metal shavings. We saw that on like Sarah and Alex James' video. I actually made a whole playlist of videos of ones that we watched to help prepare us for this day, and I will link it somewhere if I remember. Okay, here we go. So I just took the Max Air fan out of the box, and this is what it comes with. We got the Max fan with the smoke lid, so it's like darker and tinted. Oh, there we go. It's pretty small, low profile, that would be the right word, I think. And then obviously this instruction thing is pretty straightforward. It's not rocket science, so it should be pretty simple to install. Next, I just had a beautiful display and you came and messed it all up.
What?
Why did you do that?
I just looking for the like if it was Phillips head or not.
Well, I had it all nicely laid out.
Okay.
But these are like the problems that we go through. I know that this is not a big deal, but I'm just saying, I took time to do this, and then it goes in like 2 seconds. I'm like looking at this thing, and within the 10 seconds that I was videoing, he moved all of this. Anyways, as you can tell, this is the remote control. You can see that it has like a thermostat on it, so that's pretty cool. You can set it to go different temperatures. You can read all about this online. I'm not gonna give you all of the details. And then all the screws and stuff. And oh, cool, I didn't even realize it came with the butts, the wire butts, whatever those are called, for the wiring. Cool. We actually bought those, and now we didn't need them. And then this big giant box thing is what goes up against the ceiling, and you can like cut it to the thickness of your roof, which obviously our roof is not going to be anywhere this thick. That's it. You probably notice I'm talking a lot more today, and it's because I have not been vlogging for like probably over a week since I've been working so much, and it like takes a lot of energy for me to like get into vlog mode. So I don't know, if you haven't ever vlogged, then that's a little insight. I actually have to like practice to feel comfortable doing this. And whenever I don't practice, then it like gets really awkward and then I over talk. So this might be a long video. Sorry, but you can fast forward if you know you don't need certain information. Okay, hopefully we're getting closer to making the stencil, but Matt is frantically running around the van, pulling everything apart, and I don't really know why. What are you doing?
Can I panic in silence, please?
Why are you panicking?
Oh, I'm not.
What are you doing?
I'm getting everything laid out, so we just do it.
Okay.
Instead of starting
He's actually planning ahead, and he's been
Thank
working
you.
on that during this project, so that's a really cool progress. Oh yeah, this is what the underside of the fan looks like. So it has a rain sensor on this one, and then you can manually open it or close it. And then these are all of the buttons. And it has the bug screen also. It's like metal, heavy duty. Are you practicing your yoga up there? Garland pose.
Well, I was thinking about us getting some of those up here on the roof.
Getting what?
What are those
Yoga
things?
mats?
No, the things in the side of the skyscrapers, you know?
Gargoyles?
Yeah.
Okay.
I always think of that.
So, what are you doing up there?
Well, we're lining up to determine where this fan is going.
Alright, I'll explain. As Matt was attempting to explain, there's this one spot on the Ram Promaster roof that's like less bumpy than the rest of it, and we're probably gonna put the fan there. Obviously that's like ideal because it's like way less difficult to seal and it's like made for a fan. The only downside is that we were really working hard on like building a wall over here, and I think it's gonna come like far enough back that it's gonna make it difficult to put a wall there. So these are the trade-offs that we've been having to manage in this van build. Everything like seems simple and it's really not that difficult, but like the planning and logistics has been a huge like mind teaser. I was gonna say something else. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. And normally you would want to drill pilot holes in the underside before drilling up from the ceiling, but we knew whenever we put in the insulation and the framing that there's nothing in the way of that little cutout. I'll put a picture up so you can understand what I'm talking about. So he can actually just make the stencil on the roof and actually just drill the pilot holes from up there, because it actually doesn't really, we know that it's clear, and we know that there's no wiring yet because we haven't done wiring, because we knew we were going to be like sawing through the roof. All right, fingers crossed that he has a very easy time with this and that everything goes according to plan.
So like literally it comes in right at like the 14 1/8 that you were wanting, and everything is like flat surfaces all the way around right before the valleys of doom.
I'm too short for this project. I need a ladder, but I don't have one.
Lisa, you know pole dancing, and look behind you.
That is like, look at the paint on this thing. It's like coarse. Oh no, I can't. I'm not. I can't do that. I'm not good at climbing trees either. Don't even look
Okay, cleaning the surface. With one hand, trying not to make the fan fall off. So it was a little difficult to measure and mark with one hand, but used the straightest piece of wood that I had, this tape measure. I messed up right there, but that's why we measured twice. Then I marked each corner, all 14 and 1/8. I also messed up there. That's what those little X's are for. There we go. And then just matched the wood with the line dot things, drew a straight line, measured again, and we're ready to drill the holes.
Okay, moment of truth. Three, two, one, go. There we go. That's the. Well, Matt has just put 4 holes in our van. While he was doing that, I was actually filling holes with my finger and some wood filler. That's on a different video.
What kind of wood filler?
I don't know. What is it called?
Plastic wood.
Plastic wood. Woo.
It's like real wood.
Yeah, because I'm trying to finish up the walls while I'm standing down here like a little person. Yeah, but there's holes up there. And now we're gonna cut off the reflectix so that we obviously have a clean slate, and then we're gonna finish taping this thing up to catch like all the metal shavings so they're not like all over the floor.
If only it was this easy to cut.
So loud. Our neighbors probably hate us right now, but this is probably the loudest project we have on the list, hopefully. Well, it just like broke right through that bag and defeated the purpose, but put your head in the hole.
Oh, Instagram. Ow.
Careful.
Okay, so we've got the hole in the roof now.
Matt's gonna test it out. Moment of truth. Thanks for the really nice angle.
Some might say that's my number 2 angle.
Does it fit?
Yep. What does it look like under there?
Okay, this is what it's looking like.
How's it looking?
Looks good.
Okay, after running the Rust-Oleum over the exposed metal, I am now putting down the butyl tape. Okay, now we've got all these screws in their respected places. Butyl tape's down. Now going to seal it with whatever this is, but it's something that seals it.
Gonna take a little lunch break, but Matt did such a good job. Look at that. It's all sealed up on the top. Hopefully he showed you. So proud of you.
Thank you.
Okay, we just finished our lunch. Let's take a look from afar. Alright, Matt and I just took a little lunch break. I don't really know why I'm exhausted, but he did a lot today. I worked on the wall and stuff. That seems to be a recurring theme. It's hard for me to like tag team with him because I can't really reach the roof. But now we're gonna work on this second one. I just read the instruction book. It's no more specific than the other one, and I think it's gonna be the same thing. So I'll try to give you a little bit of a different angle of Matt installing it, since I can actually like reach the camera up behind the back of the van. I'm having short people problems in this project. And yeah, so this one is really exciting because it's gonna allow us to look at the stars at night and gaze upon the universe. I don't know. I love the idea of laying in bed looking up at the sky. I've always wanted a like skylight over my bed, and now we're gonna have one. Are you excited as I am?
I wasn't ever good at Legos.
Okay, we're gonna figure this out first and then start installing it. Okay, so the directions to the mini Hecky is like really vague, and I feel like I'm missing a brochure or something. I don't remember where I put it now. I put it on the floor because it didn't make any sense. I mean, like, it made sense, but it's like obviously not made. It wasn't originally written in English, so it's like in 17 different languages, but it's really only 3 pages of English directions, for example. And it keeps referring to a table, but I don't have a table in here, and there's no like picture. You know how like you normally see like an image of like step A goes to this, step B goes to this. There's none of that. And it is a little different than the Max Air fan, and I'll show you what we're figuring out in case you get one of these, because they look really cool, but they're not as clear on as the Max fan. The Max fan was super easy. This we're kind of problem solving on. Okay, so this thing is what actually goes onto the roof. It's obviously the vent cover, and then this is what fits into the opening. Now, compared to the Max Air fan, the flange, whatever it's called, is a lot smaller, so you're gonna have to be a lot more precise than the Max fan. And then notice that there's no like screws along this line like you would on the Max fan. Instead, they're on the part that sticks into the vehicle, meaning there's nothing gonna pull down from the top of the roof of the van down through the van. Instead, it's gonna be screwed from under the ceiling side of the van, and it's gonna pull it down onto the butyl tape, meaning we need to make sure that we can pull it down, but we can't. And why is that?
I really wasn't listening.
We just went over this, but it's okay. So the thickness that we bought, I bought whatever one was available because I really wanted this thing, but I'm pretty sure there was a thinner one. This is the shit. I don't remember the thickness. There's all in millimeters, so like there's 2 options. I had to buy the thicker millimeters roof one because I bought the thicker millimeter roof one because they ran out of the thinner millimeter option. But definitely get the thinner millimeter one if you are doing this on like a Promaster or a van, because the roof is like this thin, and like this is made for like this thick of ceilings, and we're gonna have to figure out a backing plate. That's what I was going for, Matthew.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do a backing plate.
Okay, so yeah, so we're gonna have to figure that out, but that's fine. Like, just add some wood and like screw it in. That's no big deal. Okay, now one thing you're gonna get in the bag, I shouldn't have put them all on, but I already did, that's fine, is a bunch of these little golden things, and it does not make sense in the directions where it's saying to hook these little hooks. I'm being really descriptive, but whenever you get the bag, it's gonna have these little weird hooks and no exact location of where to put them. So on the side of the plastic, you can see how there's like little ridges. It just happen to have the same amount of those as those ridges. So I'm pretty sure it goes there, and that's what helps it stick to the ceiling, because there's no screws on this faceplate. This is just a faceplate that gives you the mosquito netting and the sunshade, and there's no like screw holes, so it just is like pressurized fitting up there. So put those little gold things on those little ridges, and you're golden. What's next?
I'm gonna get the tape measure, make sure that we're like, where we're at, start marking it, cut the hole, and then get our next answer from there.
Okay. So we're gonna just treat the rest of the build, or the rest of the install, like the Max fan, but just minus the screws going in from the top, and then we'll build the backing plate after, which is a little risky, but that's what we're doing because we really want to get it done, and we feel confident that we can build it afterwards, because it's really an install from the ceiling side on this one rather than the roof side. So as long as we get the sealant curing, then we'll be fine. Okay, so Matt just went up there to get it ready, and we realized it's bigger than a standard 14 by 14 hole, which is fine. It's just like, it's nice if it's 14 by 14, because obviously like most fans are that size and they're interchangeable, but we'll have a bigger hole on this one. It's like 15 and 9/16 I think is what I just determined, which is a couple inches bigger. The great news is that means that Matt can probably fit his big fat head through the hole. That Matt's nervous because he's up there trying to do math, and he hates math, and he could have just traced the whole thing. He's trying to calculate it all out. I think he's like really nervous about installing it, but it's gonna be fine. He's just like overthinking it. So that's one thing about the van build that I feel both of us have had to not embrace, more like learn to let go of, is like, I love calculating and planning out everything, and every time I think that I have a plan, it gets screwed up. Like, something is a different size or shape than we thought, or we built something and then it ended up being bigger than we thought, and then everything has to be reworked. So if you are a perfectionist, this is a really great practice of getting rid of that, because you can't be in this build. It's chaos all the time. And yeah, he's in there he's up there right now trying to perfect it, and I'm like, just get it into the hole and everything will be okay. Okay, it's getting hot and I'm getting impatient. It'll be okay. It didn't go all the way through the reflectix. Oh, okay. I'm getting worried. It's getting dark. That's pretty loud. Let's hope that our neighbors give us a little patience. I just need one more hour. It's really loud with the jigsaw, which is coming next. I'm a little nervous, but it's like 6 o'clock. I think like quiet hours are like, I don't know, 8 o'clock or something. Obviously we need to move into like a more spread out area, but we're here for now, so we're making it work for us. And I gotta say, honestly, like thinking about where we're making the van right now, I really do feel very grateful that we have a really nice apartment that we're living in and a really beautiful backdrop, because like every time I'm waiting for Matt, I just like stand here and I look out there. I just watch the turtles laying on the bank and the little ducks swimming around. So I'm really grateful for this place. It's been really nice to us, and I'm gonna be really sad to leave it once we are done building out the van and gonna move to a much cooler area, but I'm definitely not gonna miss this humidity. I feel gross right now, and I look gross, and maybe one day I will not feel like so sticky all the time. Where you at? Hi. Second hole today.
Hey, every guy's dream.
Oh my god.
I just gotta do
Ears are ringing. That was so loud.
What?
It's like a orchestra in here. But yeah, I thought it was gonna fall straight through, so it was a little anticlimactic, but there's a look that you can like see what our sunlight is gonna look like now.
What?
Oh, this is a sigh of relief. Okay, now I gotta seal it up. Okay, moment of truth. I really hope that it fits. Oh boy, it's a little snug.
I got good news and I got bad news.
What is that?
The good news is
3/4 of it fits in.
the hole isn't big or too big, but it's too small.
Just barely. Just barely. Do you think the file will fill that out?
I'm about to measure it again and see where I'm short.
Okay.
There we go.
Like a glove.
That's the first take, right?
First take.
First take.
Not 5th take. Oh, so loud. I'm so annoyed by myself for telling him to do it that one way because it ended up being like 7 times he had to drill. I hate loud noises. I feel so bad for my neighbors, but it's done.
I want pizza.
Yeah, it'll be here soon. Good job.
Thank you.
Look at how flat it sits.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Okay, so now you're gonna do all the butyl tape and stuff, and I'm gonna get the groceries.
Yep.
Okay, good. Hi, kitty. So, I got really burned out there doing, I guess just waiting around for the vents to be done. So I came up here to take a shower and to put our groceries away because we had our groceries being delivered. I accidentally took too long, almost flashed the grocery delivery guy. That was a big scene. He said I was every grocery delivery guy's dream. That was awkward. Then Matt had to help me. But Matt is finishing up the sunlight right now, and I'm gonna go down there now that I've like chilled, feel clean now. I was feeling so nasty. This cat is loving it. He's obviously happy. I'm really hoping that Matt has the final product done so that we can eat our pizza night. We try to have pizza night once a week. We try to eat healthy, but that's like our little date night. We don't really go on dates anymore. We're kind of homebodies. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to some pizza and probably just binge watching some YouTube and being past this big day. It was a big deal. And I hope this video helped. Like, if it did, please let us know. If you have other ways of doing it, good for you. Yeah, so I'll show you guys the fan being turned on, and obviously it's just wiring, and we'll put that probably into the wiring video coming out soon, and maybe a little b-roll if we go anywhere. with it before I post this video. But thank you guys for being here. I hope that the very long explanation of everything actually helped, because it was a nerve-wracking moment for us, and I appreciated every moment that people shared of their installation, because I was nervous as shit about making a big huge hole ×2 in the top of our vehicle. Alright, have a good day, night, year, month, whatever it is, and we'll see you on our next video. Bye! So it's now like 8 o'clock at night. It looks like he might be wrapping it up. That might be a good sign. Hello!
Hi.
How's it going?
Good.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Can you show us? There's the van. Okay. Let's check it out. Yeah, can you flash the lights so that we can see?
I need to still make the backing, but you pretty much...
It's tight though?
Yeah, like...
Wow.
So you screw these on first, and then you come in with those other screws and go in these holes. And then you screw the backing
Oh, and
to
they're
it.
kind of small.
Yeah, so... But then up here it hits the beam,
Oh, okay.
so I can't even fit my fingers through it.
Oh,
So
nice.
I'll
So
have
it'll
to
be
do-
safe then
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll have to do like a three-way thing.
How are you feeling?
Good. Look at this thing. You can go like...
Yeah.
And the most important part. Oh. I can stick my head through it.
Cool. Good job. Good morning, everybody. This is day 2 of Bent Fans Day, vlog, whatever. And Matt and I have literally just been standing here for at least 5 minutes playing with the fan, which works. It's great news. I'll show you in a minute. However, right now we are troubleshooting our remote control because it works, but it only works from like in the cabin of the van area and not the back of the van, which, you know, would be ideal to be able to use a remote control with. And we were just like sticking our fingers up over the little ledge trying to move the sensor, which is probably not safe, but that's what we did. And then I realized that you can take this thing off, the bug vent, and it gives you access to the screws to take the faceplate off. So if you run into that problem, now you know. And we should have known that like 10 minutes ago. But we'll see if we can fix it, and then I'll show you the rest of the vents.
Okay.
So Matt just took apart the whole circuit board, or not the whole thing, but that's the little inner workings. And this thing is the sensor. As you can see, it's supposed to go in that little hole, and it was angled really funky, so we tried angling it a little bit better, and maybe it'll work now. Go ahead and put it back up.
You just gotta put the wires back in there.
Alright, how do you feel about the fan?
Cue creative fan pun now. I don't know.
Just move.
I'm really
Just
struggling here.
move. Alright, it's working. Full blast. So, maybe the remote doesn't work, but that's okay. Oh, look at this! post right now, but I don't think this video is gonna work with you in it. You're like super white.
Mexican blanket.
Oh, that actually worked. Okay, go.